Can I get married on a J visa? Yes. Can I go to school on a J visa? Yes. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now today, as promised, I will be talking about the J1 visa waiver. So the J1 visa is a hot topic, meaning a lot of teachers are not aware of the benefits of waiving the visa. Or should I put it this way? A lot of teachers are scared to waive the visa because of the program sponsors that they're with. So today I want to clear some things up. But disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. These are from experiences. What is the J1 visa? The J1 visa is a non-immigrant visa that is issued to scholars, professors, or exchange visitors on cultural exchange programs. And many of the teaching sponsors, they have teachers come here on cultural exchange. Therefore, you are offered a J1 visa. So you might already know this, that some J1 visas are subjected to the 2-year rule, or what they call the 212E rule. What is that rule? What the 2-year rule means is that at the end of your stay here as a cultural exchange teacher or professor, you have to return home, that's to your home country, for at least 2 years before you can come back to the United States to work. However, the rule can be waived. Yes, and that's why we have a J1 visa waiver. So, is it legal to waive your J1 visa? The answer for that can be found on the U.S. Department of State website, which states if you cannot return home for your 2 years, you must, that's the word they use, you must apply for a waiver. So if the U.S. Department of State is saying you must apply for a waiver if you cannot return home, then I'm thinking it's legal. However, you will find that depending on the program sponsor that you're with, you might feel threatened to do so, because there have been experiences where some program sponsors, as soon as teachers apply for their waiver, they ask them to leave the country. Now, leaving the country, stop. Go ahead and give a thumbs up if you're liking what you're hearing so far. Yeah, man, your finger now go drop off. Is that legal? I'm not sure, because I don't know what their paperwork says. But it is legal for you to waive your J1 visas. So, depending on your program sponsor, you're going to decide when you want to waive that visa. And I'm going to be frank. A program sponsor I knew said, as soon as you get your 2-year extension, as soon as you get your 2-year extension, you can apply for your waiver, right? And remember, your 2-year extension, meaning that's the end of your 3rd year. And some program sponsors have no problem with you applying for your J1 visa at that time. But some program sponsors are, so you gotta wait and then apply for your waiver. So the wait, I would say, for the program sponsors who don't want you to waive the visa, you want to be on the right side. I would say wait until your 5th year or the end of your 4th year before you apply for your waiver, if it is that you don't want to get into trouble with your program sponsor. Not saying that if you waive your visa, you cannot continue with your business, depending on what your circumstances are, because everybody's circumstance is different. I'm just going to give you in Jamaican raw term. I've seen examples or cases where program sponsors ask teachers to leave because they waived their visa, but the teacher did not leave because their circumstance warrants them to be here. So yes, your program sponsor might get irate and upset and say leave, but you know your circumstance and you should know your rights if you are allowed to still be here. So do your research. Yes, you can waive your J1 visa. So on what grounds can you waive your J1 visa? There are 5 different grounds that you can waive them on. I'll list them here. But the main one that is used by exchange visitors are the no objection rule. The no objection rule basically means your country is saying, no, she does not owe us anything and she has no ties here, like student loan or whatever it is that you had borrowed from your government and did not pay back. So she's free to go. But there's a process to do that. I'll put a link in the description so you can see the steps for waiving your J1 visa. How long does it take to waive the J1 visa? On the U.S. Department of State website, it says 6 to 8 weeks. But guys, depending on your country, and I know for particularly Jamaica, it's gonna take longer than 6 to 8 weeks. The process first starts here when you send the documents to the U.S. Department. Then it's sent back to your home country and then back again to the United States. So it can take more than 6 to 8 weeks. And I've seen in many cases, it has taken more than 6 to 8 weeks. Who can waive the J1 visa? So when you get a J1 visa, your dependents, to include your spouse and children, they get the J2 visa. You, the J1 visa holder, or should I say the primary applicant, you are responsible for applying for the J1 visa waiver. You don't need to apply separately for your spouse or children, because once you apply, they automatically, once your waiver is approved, they are automatically released from that 2-year home residency rule. So one application is sent in, and on that application, you're going to put your dependents on it. There are a few exceptions where your dependents can waive their visa on their own. These exceptions include divorce. If you and your spouse got divorced, then your spouse can apply on his or her own. If your child reached the age of 21, also if the primary applicant, which is the J1 holder, dies, then your dependents can waive the visa on their own. Please take note that you must show proof, like a death certificate or a divorce decree or a birth certificate saying that your child has reached age 21 in order for them to waive the visa without you, the J1 applicant. What the J1 waiver does is to waive the home residency requirement that is attached to your visa that says 2-year residency rule. So once you are approved for your J1 visa waiver, you don't need to go home, because now you are entitled to continue your stay in the United States as long as you can change status to a different visa or permanent residency. You can change your status to the F visa or the H visa or to permanent residency. Or if you got married, you can change your status. You can do all those fancy things, but you first must waive that visa. It doesn't matter what you're changing to. Once that home residency rule is on your visa, you first must apply for your waiver. I've seen examples where people got married, did not waive their visa, and had to wait for a waiver. And one of my personal experiences changing to the F visa and being asked for the waiver. It doesn't matter what status you want to change to, you must first waive your visa. Feel free to ask additional questions. But wait, before we go any further, click that thumbs up button if you like what you're hearing so far. And remember, if you did not subscribe, go ahead and touch that subscribe button. It's free of cost, so that you can be notified whenever a new video has been uploaded. Thank you. I will be sharing more about our experiences here as international teacher. Next week is going to be a little bit more groovy, a little bit more fun, where I will be sharing my flea market experience. Now, I know a lot of you Jamaicans, you don't like to go to the flea market because I don't know for what reason, but I'm going to show you that in the flea market, you can find great deals. Especially for teachers who are just coming here and you want to get things together, you need to check the flea market out. So see my video next week on flea market finds. Did you subscribe already? Go ahead and touch that subscribe button. You're not paying for it, it's free. Thank you.